I got into the car, what was it, Saturday night? We went driving around looking at Christmas lights. Loved it. I'm convinced that you could make a lot of money just getting into the Christmas light business if you live in cities like Dallas where you have, wealthy neighborhoods where people apparently spend a lot, fortunes. Because we spend a lot of money on our Christmas lights because I ain't putting them up. And I thought we had a kind of, it's nice. It's not overly, it's just, we lit, I think, 4 trees in the front and part of the fence and things like that. And that was it. And that cost us a lot of money. I know Pat did the same thing. It cost him a lot of money. Mm-hmm. You should see the Christmas lights that people put up. And I don't think that some people are putting them out, I'm sure, themselves, but most of this stuff is professionally done.
Oh, yeah, and you could tell when it's outlined on the house and it's outlined perfectly. That's usually not some guy on his spare time.
For instance, if you would go to Stu's house right now,
yeah, you'd see a house that was not professionally done.
About halfway done, would you say?
Yeah.
Well, when you'd say halfway done, you would notice. I think that would be an erratic summary because I have one tree is done. There's 2 trees right inside of the door, and one tree is done, and the other one is half done. So that's 3/4 done technically. I just ran out of lights and now cannot find the same lights.
Now tell us about the thing in your driveway that you outlined.
I don't know if I really would like to tell that story.
Sounds like you did a really
you have the bandages off your hands now.
Yeah, no. Well, I did. I did explode one of the Christmas lights as I was trying to put it up. And I also did it inside of pricker bushes, so I was cut up in a gruesome fashion.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Mm-hmm. I was about 36, 38, about the time I stopped doing it. About 40, you start saying either you do one of 2 things. If you're a man of means, you say, I'm going to hire somebody to do that. If you're not, you say, son, come here.
Mm-hmm. Or you say, I'm not doing any Christmas lights outside.
Yeah. And I have, at different points in my life, around your age, I've done all of those. Mm-hmm. I've done you guys do it, or we're going to hire somebody to do it, and I'm not doing it.
Yeah, Jeffy had a pretty innovative solution, I thought, what he was going to do this year.
What was yours, Jeffy?
Oh, I just put up one of those Jewish candles and everybody leaves me alone.
So that'll work.
I love that, too. One of those Jewish candles.
So nicely stated, as usual, with Jeffy.
That is so great. It's the time of the year Jeffy becomes Jewish. By the time his wife says, honey, we should put up the lights, I'm Jewish.
It shows the intense conviction held by Jeff Fisher.
Oh, he cares enough to convert
Yes, he does. Every year. That is beautiful, Jeffy. That is really, really beautiful and very special.
So I have this thing in my driveway, and it's like in the center of the driveway, and you drive around it, I guess. And you could call it, and it's going to sound hoity-toity or whatever, but it's you could call it a fountain if it ever had worked. If there was one day that it would actually water flowed through it in any fashion.
Can I tell you something? There's many of these. I've seen these around town where in Texas there's this weird Spanish, like we all live in a house that looks like it maybe at one point was occupied by a monk or a group of monks. It's this really bizarre Franciscan kind of thing that's going on in architecture in Dallas. And, sometimes it works. Most times it doesn't. And usually it involves a fountain of some sort that looks like something that you got at Home Depot and you just decided to run the cord under the dirt. Mm-hmm. So under the dirt someplace, there's an extension cord for this fountain.
Right.
And they never work.
No, they never work. And the water does not flow correctly. It's really awful.
I like to call them a bird bath.
Yes.
Over a fountain.
Bird bath is actually more accurate than what this thing is. But it has like the little... In theory, the water's supposed to flow from the top little dish to the second one, to the third, to the fourth.
In theory, it sounds beautiful.
So in practice, what it has is really disgusting rainwater in the very bottom dish.
Yes.
And that's it. But I thought, hey, you can put... What if we were to line the outside with little lights? So you'd have... each tier would have little... Like the lights on it that I was doing. Well, how do you do that? How do you keep the lights to the outside of a tier of concrete? You can't. There's no way to attach it. You can't see. There's no staple gun that's going to work on that.
Right.
So the obvious solution would be
duct tape.
Duct tape.
Obviously.
So
You've got to get a picture.
Very classy.
very classy.
No. So wait a minute. Hang on. Let me get it. See if I got it right. So we've got a concrete fountain / bird bath with disgusting water in it.
Yep.
And you want to line it with lights attached by duct tape.
Right.
I wish I were your neighbor.
Right, I know. This because it's classy.
How much does it cost to get a house next to Stu? Because I could keep my couch right there on the front porch.
Well, it's getting more affordable every day. Thanks to Stu.
I'm doing my part to control housing prices.
Right, all right.
Okay, so I start wrapping them around and putting the duct tape on. And as I get about three quarters of the way done, I realize how awful this looks. Because during the day, you see the lights, and then you see gigantic pieces of silver duct tape on this, fountain thing that's not silver. So it looks really bad. So I did the obvious classy thing, which is I masking taped over the duct tape. So now it really blends well. Because you have the kind of whitish...
I need a picture. I need Lisa to go out and take a picture of what this looks like. We need this posted. Because this sounds... Others might want to do this themselves. It sounds beautiful.
Like a sort of a to-do manual. You do it at home.
Do it yourself.
I like that. I will say at night, when you can't see the duct tape and you can only see the lights, I thought it looked pretty nice. During the day, it probably looks like hell.
So at night, when you couldn't see the bird bath / fountain with the crappy water in it at all,
well, you could see the lighting of it, which was the point. Remember,
Christmas
lights are used at night.
Right.
And at night, the duct tape with masking tape over it would be a little more inconspicuous, which helps highlight the beauty of the
Gotta see some picture of your handiwork.
And I will say, the way the Christmas lights shimmer off that duct tape is, it's nothing. If that doesn't get you in the Christmas spirit.
So I'm driving through some neighborhoods this weekend, and I'm seeing people with lights and trees and stuff lit the way, I've lived in New York. I've never seen them lit like this before. One of our neighbors has this giant tree, and they put, I'm not kidding you, snowflakes about half the size of the one behind Jeffy. What would you say, that's a 10-foot snowflake?
Yeah, it's hard to see because Jeffy throws off people's depth perception.
He does.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. They had these Christmas ornaments and snowflakes and stuff like that in the tree that are probably 3 feet, maybe 3 feet big, all the way through it. Another person, about a mile down the street has this tree that is wrapped and like I've been to like Tavern on the Green, wrapped like that, and then the whole thing is in LEDs, and it looks like it's a weeping willow, and it looks like it's
oh wow,
it's shooting down. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm like, somebody is making a lot of money. I'm thinking about quitting my job and going into the Christmas decorating business, because if you're good at it and you live in where there's nice neighborhoods, there's got to be big money.
Oh yeah,
in a town the size of Dallas, because they're everywhere.
We had this done on our house in Pennsylvania, where the people came out and actually did it professionally, and they went to.
You're one of those people?
I wanted to be. I aspired to be one of those people. I'm not like the people attacking Mitt Romney, where they're saying, "Oh, he has too much money." I want to be the guy who has too much money. I absolutely do. So I
You don't aspire just to get into the middle class?
No, I don't. That's not what I aspire to be. I
Most
aspire.
people just aspire to that. They
Yeah,
just
I
want
know.
They want to go from poor to not quite as poor.
Right.
That's what they want to do.
I aspire.
I just want to
Yeah.
live paycheck to paycheck. If I could do that, I'd be so happy.
No, I aspire to have a Cayman's bank account someday. I want one. I want to have a reason to have one someday. But so I wanted to try to fit in, even though I don't have that, and do the professional lighting thing. And they came out, and our house, it has some high peak type areas, and they do the outline of the peaks. That's a legitimate job. Like, you're coming out, you're risking your life on my roof with a ladder. You're putting these lights up perfectly. That's a legitimate thing to pay some money for. And they came out and they did this, and it was like a few $100s for these peaks. And I was like, that's a lot of money for Christmas, but, it looks really good. I want to do it. And then they gave me a price list of all the other things they'll do, which included lighting the outside of my 6-foot tree by my door, which they also included for $800 a tree.
Just for one tree?
Yeah, and I'm like, does
Wow.
anyone agree to
How
this?
much they are, though?
$800 a tree? Does anyone ever look back at you and say yes to that? Ever?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay, we're doing a Christmas show at my house. Okay, we're doing the Christmas party at my house, and then we're doing the Christmas show at my house. And so we said, let's have the house professionally decorated. Let's do the outside.
show and everything.
Yeah, let's have the outside and everything else. My wife, she met with the people and she said, honey, I got the estimate. And I said, oh, how much was it? And she said, $18,000.
Oh, my gosh.
And I said,
Wow.
$18,000 to decorate the inside and outside of the house? And she said, no, that's for the outside of the house.
Oh,
And I walked out and I said, what are they? Will we have every Christmas light known to man on the property? She said, no, it's not quite that impressive. She walked me through it, and it was insane what they're charging. Insane. And I said, now how about we light those 3 trees right there? That's all we're doing. Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody.
And even that is crazy.
And it's crazy.
That is
yeah,
crazy.
It's crazy.
Christmas is the new funeral. It's like when they always talk about the funeral homes charge so much, people are in grief, they just do crazy things. They don't care what they pay for the casket. That's what the lighting is now. Because just like, it's holidays, I want to spend. I don't mind spending.
You know what? Here, I don't mind spending. This is what I said to the guy, because we called him up, and I'm like, okay, you're out of your mind? You should go to jail for this estimate. And
just proposing it.
right. And he said, I said, look, here's the thing. I'll do these trees, but I want them left there. Yeah, I'm going to be the trashy person that leaves them there, because I'm not paying you next year to come and do it again. And he said, oh, it'll strangle the trees. And I'm like,
That's okay.
I'll bet you if I call Home Depot right now, I can replace those damn trees for less money than you want to light them.
Oh, I guarantee you could.
Right. Guarantee it.
That is how they get around it, though. They say, and maybe it's true. I don't know, but they always tell you
I've
that
been
will
to
strangle
Tavern on
the
the
trees.
Green.
I know they leave them up all
They
year,
leave
right?
them up here all year round.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, neighbors, I hope you enjoy those nice little lights, because you're going to see them on every holiday. I'm getting my money's worth. Ho, ho, ho. Happy Halloween. Ho, ho, ho. It's Independence Day. Enjoy it. Here's our sponsor this half hour. It is Freedom Works.